some people are like so sold on like the big brands, like they can't really fuck with your brand yet. Like it's not until your brand is big as theirs. It's like so many different reasons why people don't fuck with you when you're growing, but like you gotta keep reminding yourself why you're doing it. It's fly to me, you know what I'm saying? They gonna film it like Kanye, right? I don't agree with everything he says, but before this man was successful, he kept telling people, it's me. Y'all can sleep now, but it's me. So I keep that same mentality. Like, look,
you got the Kanye mentality.
Listen. All right. The energy here is amazing.
Yo, so welcome back to the Deafine Podcast. Every week we invite interesting guests and we talk about defining moments and what defines them. Today we have an interesting guest. This guy has traveled to over 30 countries and while doing so created a brand that I can resonate with on a personal level. See, this brand signifies love, fashion, and sign language, which is incredible. So how do you curate such a brand that signifies all those things into one? And what's interesting is, like, I seen some of your work on social media before I even knew who you were as a person. And I decided to reach out because I think it's important.
Okay.
Especially what you're doing. You're traveling all over the world. You're living your fucking best life.
Trying, bro. Yeah. Trying. It's a dream. So how it all started, I was maybe 18, 19 years old, right? I had a best friend who was going to school full time, working full time. So what do you want to do things with your best friend or like my little brother, right? I'm like, bro, let's, I'm 19, you 18. Let's go to Puerto Rico. Let's go party. Like, let's do this shit we see on TV, right? In these movies. Whatever, wherever anyone has their excuse or wherever they can't go. My buddy full-time work, full-time school, maybe couldn't afford it, whatever the case. Or my brother, the fear of like going somewhere new, whatever the case may be. I just always accepted an excuse. Or I think subconsciously, like without even knowing it, I would make excuses not to do it. Maybe I was scared too, right? I put it on everybody else, but maybe I was scared to go. So that's 18 when I first had this desire to start, going places, just excuses. My father talked me out of going away to college to play football because it was away from the family. I'm very family oriented and stuff like this. So excuse. 5 years later, I'm 23. My sister passes away, right? She was deaf for all her life. She suffered from cerebral palsy is why she had a short life expectancy, right? Once my sister passed, bro, at 26 years old, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, no more excuses. Like, I'm going to do whatever I think I could do or whatever I think I want to do. I'm going to try it because this is what life is about. I don't know when we don't know when we're going to expire. Everybody thinks we have all this time. We don't have time. Like, the only thing we don't have is time, right? I'd rather spend money before I spend time. So that's where it started, bro. Just, it took a death of my sister to bring me a reason to live, right? To reason to get out here and do, not just going to work, not just going to school, things, we think we're supposed to do. Really learn who I am and learn the things I want to do and actually get after them. You know what I'm saying? Because tomorrow isn't promised. It's cliche, but it's really not. You feel me?
Right. Absolutely, man. I heard this quote from Les Brown. I don't know if you know who that is, but he's a motivational speaker. He said, if you knew when you were going to die and how you were going to die, would the things you do right now actually matter?
That's deep.
And that's basically what you're saying. It's like, I'm not going to waste no more time because you only have one life to live. And then you can possibly pass tomorrow, today.
After this interview, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, every moment is important. You gotta cherish every moment. And it's like every moment you spend not doing what you want to do is a moment wasted, bro. It's wasted. It's never coming back. Like, I could make $100,000, lose $100,000 and go make it again. I will never get this month of March in 2022 ever again. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Wow.
You feel what I'm saying?
So are you a think deeper? Do you think about the things that you think about? Does that make sense?
I think too much. I overthink everything, bro. Like, so the answer is yes. I overthink everything. People are like, bro, it's not that deep. I'm like, it is that deep. Especially when like people try to like get over or something like that. I'm like, nah, this is deep. You thought about how to play me. Like, and I can't get over. Like, I overthink everything.
Wow. You hold grudges?
Not on purpose, but like,
what do you believe in like astrology and shit like that?
Not so much. Not really. People, I'm a Cancer and shit like that. So, but I don't read into it. I only relate being maybe sensitive or overthinking to being a Cancer, but not so much.
Yo, so back to the travel back to the travel, back to what you was talking about. Do you think, so you traveled a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So after that experience, that's what prompted you to go travel and just go live your life?
Well, you gotta imagine, I always wanted to do it, something I always wanted to do, right? And I think the first trip we took, I actually paid for my parents to come with us because, you know, that fear was there. It was me, my brother, my mother and father. We went to Puerto Rico. And I paid for everybody to go so that way there was no excuse no one couldn't go. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, I think it was, and mind you, Puerto Rico is still a part of the United States. Stepping into someone else's culture, I think I got addicted to the culture shock. Like stepping off the plane, no one speaking English. You know what I'm saying? People are dressing different. Now I'm like, oh shit, it's more than my city. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody out here. But then you realize too about everyone's culture, everyone works. Everybody has something they believe in. Everybody's doing it for their family. I think if more people traveled, we wouldn't be able to have wars. The reason we can have wars is because people are so like
caught up in their bubble,
sheltered. Bro, if you went, if we traveled the world and seen where everybody else is, we're just the same in a different region, you wouldn't be able to send people to kill people. You just wouldn't be able to, because you'd be like, yo, he's going to work like I'm going to work. He just trying to support his family like I'm trying to support. All of this chaos they create, they wouldn't even be able to do it if more people travel.
Because it opens up a different perspective.
Right.
We often have this idea because what we see through media and TV and stuff like that, that people in third world countries are these type of people.
Right.
When they're not.
They're really not. They're really not.
Like us. They're trying to make a living. They're trying to take care of their family. Mm-hmm. And some of the closest people I know are from the third world countries. It's crazy. So humble, so great as people. Mm-hmm. But what is the best country you've been to?
Well, really quick, I want to speak on that. We think we have poor people here. You don't know poor until you go to a third world country. Mm-hmm. I remember being in Colombia and I went downtown and there's like alleys between the buildings. And I mean, I almost lost my shit a few times. Like I'm talking about bawling, like crying. Like you think you seen poor. So there's a lot of things, you know, we live in the United States, we take for granted. These people in these third world, I'm not gonna, you know, you can't generalize say everybody, but they're usually working harder than us. They're usually harder workers. They're usually fighting for the things we take for granted.
Which is opportunity. They don't have the same.
Bro, every time I come back, you know, especially when I first started traveling, I wasn't like staying this luxurious shit. I was staying like, you know, just things to get away. Every time I came back, I was so appreciative. Like, I think sometimes you got to go see how people are living to come back and you think you want more, but you come back from you be like,
that's a fact. Yeah.
I fucking live here. Like, you be like, damn, I don't need a fucking man. Like, I live here.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But to circle back, you said my favorite place. Right?
Yeah.
One of them is Iceland, right? I don't even like the fucking cold. I don't like the cold. I don't like being cold. But it was something about like snowmobiling on a glacier. That was like, it was just one of these moments, like I was high off life. I was just like, I'm on a fucking glacier. This is shit we read about in textbooks in school. Mm-hmm. I'm on a fucking glacier. I'm snowmobiling on a glacier, bro. Like, I just feeling that overcame me. It's just like, that's one of the reasons that's like my favorite spot.
It's a feeling that you got addicted to, that you even went out of your way to build a brand revolving around travel.
I want more. See, some people do things, they want to be like, I do this, you can't. I want to be like, I do this, you can too. Ooh. You feel what I'm saying? But I can't make you jump. Like so many people in the beginning, oh, I want to travel with you. I want to do this, I want to do that. And I will entertain it, bro. And it's exhausting. But knowing they're never going to do it, right? So I started like cutting stuff like that off. Like, bro, if you ain't serious on the first couple times, like I'm not even going to ask you again. You know what I'm saying? But you can't make anybody do anything they don't want to do. So they're in their own way. They want the things I'm doing. But they have, just like I made the choice, whatever it takes for them to do it, they have to make that choice. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that for them. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro, I want to inspire people to live life because so many people live and die. No, so many people live and die and never live. If that makes sense. They just exist.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? So
yeah, no, I agree 100%, man. So some people get so caught up in life they forget to live life.
So many people get caught up making a living.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Put this money in the bank that you can't even take with you. Spend it. Or so many people, my experience, because I worked for a long time, is people be scared to take time off. They be scared to tell their boss like they're not coming in. Or you're an adult. What do you got to ask permission for?
Yeah, I never understood that idea, that mentality that your life is just to work and pay bills.
It's crazy. That's the rat race. That's the brainwash, right? That's what they want. They want you to be like, damn, it's January. I want to go somewhere in May. They want you to be fearful, like, damn, if I ask, it may not be available. Well, what the fuck do you mean it's not available? I'm an adult. I made it. Listen, this job is gonna be there 100 years after you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
You tell them what you're gonna do. Let them figure it out. I mean, and if you're a good worker, right? As you know, you should take pride in everything you do. If you're a good worker, they'll respect that and they'll appreciate you, you know, letting them know. But and if you lose your job over doing what you want to do, that's not the job for you. They don't really care. You're a number then. You're like just a worker. You're replaceable, even though we all are replaceable, but in corporate America. But how your job treats you shows you your worth to them. So if you say, I want to go here on this day and they got 50 million reasons why you can't go, that shows
I think people work hard enough so they don't get fired, and employers pay you well enough so you don't quit.
Yo, I couldn't have said
and that's
it
what
better.
keeps you in the that's what just keeps you in the loop. And
Right.
I'm like, bro, that since I was young, since I had my first job, it didn't make sense to me that I have to ask you to go use the bathroom.
Crazy, right?
Bro, I'm a human being. I'm a person. I'm an adult.
Right.
What gives you the power over me?
Yeah.
That shit didn't make sense. That's why I was like, yo, I was forever, chasing that freedom. And before I even hit play, you were talking about that. Like your definition of success is just having freedom. Right. Even if you're making $40,000 a year, you'd rather do that for yourself and just having the freedom rather than doing it for a corporation where you have to ask for permission to basically live,
to do everything.
But when you own a business, that's what you want. You want to hire employees.
Yeah. So, but my business, right, as we hire employees, it's going to follow my life model, right? So things are going to have deadlines that need to be done. I'm not going to look, I would give you a deadline to get this done. Only time I'm having a problem with you is when it's not done by this day. So however you plan your week, this is what I need done. Whatever hours you need to take out of whatever day, just get it done by this day. And I think that's how corporate America, should run. Like, I don't know, pick an industry.
Tech.
Okay, boom. So programming maybe. I need this programmed. I need whatever programmed by Friday. This is Monday. I don't care. I'll pay you by the week. I'll pay you salary, right? You get it done. Whatever hours you need to put in, you get it done. But when you don't need to be working, you do whatever you want to do. It should be more contractual, like
more of a partnership rather than I own you type shit.
Yeah, more than like I don't care. It's like this. It's an hour. I'm gonna pay you hourly for 40 hours a week. I'll find. It's so crazy. It's like when you accomplish what you need to do, I'm going to find more shit for you to do because I want to make sure I'm getting every red cent out of you. Like, I want to make sure I get every dollar out of my, versus like, I appreciate you so much for continuing to show up and continue to perform. Let me reward you with some freedom, right? So it's crazy. I think, not to talk too much on it, but I think corporate America has found a way to maximize, like, boom, they wake people up, right? Work usually starts 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, right? And then I think they find the perfect time around 5 where they got the most. They figure, I think, after 5, you're no good no more. So go rest. So
it's all programming. Right. All of this was like hundreds of years ago was programming. You work your best during certain hours.
Right.
Typically, those are hours you in school or at work.
Right.
Which is crazy. But bro, so you always had that mindset that you wanted to work for yourself and do something for yourself?
Always. I used to tell people, I thought I was going to be a professional football player. That was a dream, right? You'll learn in this life and never...
Yeah, you're the second guy that came on that said the same thing. They wanted to play ball, but they just, their path went somewhere else.
Yeah, it never works out. I think where I'm going still, I have these visions. I feel like I will get the end goal, but the path you think you're going to take, it never happens. Like nothing I ever wanted. I've always got what I wanted. It's weird to say that. I've always gotten what I wanted. It never came how I thought it would come.
Yeah.
Ever.
Typically it happens like that. And we spoke about that before, before we record. It's like, sometimes God puts these obstacles in front of you to redirect you. And some people see that like a roadblock and you got to go the other way.
Facts.
But if you keep going, man, being persistent can get you far.
It's what I'm learning, especially with the brand, is consistent, persistent pressure. You got to apply. People say it, they go on a week where they're going to do something for a week. This brand, if nothing else, this is not for the week. Like you have to apply consistent pressure over and over and over. Like it's almost like it's a wall, right? And I got to get to the other side, but the wall's the obstacle. I got to I got to hit this wall as many times as it takes to get to the other side. And I can't stop hitting it until I'm at the other side. You know what I'm saying? So I'm through. So but I think, forget the brand. I think that's with anything you want in life. Anything anyone's accomplished, they had to work for, right? And what's the hard thing is people don't really want to see the work. So while you're working, you may not attract the people you want to attract or the masses, right? It's when you win. Everybody thinks you become successful overnight. It doesn't fucking happen. It doesn't work like that. So like, I think I told you before we started is like, the hardest thing with a brand is, right, because you're selling something, right?
Right. Let's talk about the brand. So the brand, what's the name of the brand, and when did you start? What is your goal and like your vision for the brand?
Okay, so the brand's Fly Language, right? The logo itself, it means it means I love you. It also means to fly. So the mantra is to fly and take love with you, right? Or whatever you do with love. I can't alienate people who don't travel, right? So fly and take love with you, or whatever you do it with love. My vision is just to be doing this, you know, once I figure out, you know, the best way to share my message with people, my apparel with people. For the rest of my life, I'm 31. If I could just travel the world for the rest of my life, I've been in 31 countries. I think there's another 150 so odd countries I want to go to. Travel the world, share my brand, share my message. That's the goal, bro. I don't care if it makes billions of dollars. I don't care if it makes hundreds. Like, long as it could sustain my lifestyle, that's all I wanted to do while sharing. I think people need this, bro. Like, I haven't stopped even when it got hard, because I feel like people need to know we are running out of time. And now is the time. People, I'm gonna do this. No, do that shit today. Start. You want to go where you want? People, I'm gonna go there, and then maybe, and you could tell by the way they're talking, like they're not. No, book that shit. Your first opportunity, and just go buy the tickets now. You gotta do something to get you. You gotta do it now. We don't have time. So I just want to be the voice of, like, live your life. This shit really could, because my sister, I seen it firsthand. And it sucks. I'd rather be living this life with her, right? But it's crazy, right? If she was still alive, I probably wouldn't be doing this. It's crazy.
She prompted you. She promoted that idea, or gave you that vision, and now you here created a brand that kind of She contributed into, because of the sign language, and you know, you spreading love, and you having this idea that if you don't do stuff now, you may not have an opportunity to do it because of your experience in the past.
Yeah, so I'll say this too. My sister, she was deaf, right? So the love part comes because I get the sense of urgency because of her passing, right? But the love came from who she was as a person, right? So my sister, no matter who she met, that was her friend. She'd be like, oh, this is my friend. That's my friend. Everybody was her friend, right? She was the sweetest. Like, I don't know how to explain it. She was just love. Like, she didn't have, it's either she was loving or someone hurt her feelings. Like, there was no in between. Like, she was really never mad, right? It was either, oh, that's my friend. She might get mad if, you know, someone couldn't give her more of their attention, or, you know, she wasn't getting her way. But it was always like very loving and giving, or sad just because she couldn't experience those emotions. That makes sense? So she left that with me. Like, the world, I think the answer, right? I think if the world was just 1% nice, or just shared 1% more love, 1%, I think we're talking about a totally different environment, bro. Like, so many things are done selfishly. So many things are done, like, hastefully, hatefully. I think the answer to the world's problems, everybody's like, oh, if I was president, or if I ran the world, implement more love. When things are done in love, they're usually done better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
no, I agree, man. But how can we get to a place like that? There's so much greed and power and money, and that's quite the opposite of what you're speaking right now.
Right.
So how do you think we can get into a place where things can be better? Because if, you know, we're in a crazy time right now, man. We just, like, in the middle of COVID. Like, these times right now are going to be in history textbooks.
Right.
We going
to crazy to think about.
War, Ukraine.
It's crazy.
With Russia, it's insane.
It's crazy. But you got to understand, well, stuff like that. Well, the answer.
I'm not into politics. It's just like, I observe from the outside looking in, like, yo, there's a lot going on. But I also see this, that every time things is going on and the media is posting, there's something behind it. There's something that
Intention.
Yeah, right. Exactly. They trying to optimize everybody's attention to gravitate towards that, but there's something else happening behind the scenes.
Right.
And I'm always cautious of that. That's why I don't, read the newspaper, watch the news and stuff like that, because it instills fear.
Right.
It throws you off from, what you have going on. It creates anxiety.
Right.
And I'm like, bro, I live my life. And I love everything that you're saying because I can relate on a whole different perspective. I became deaf, and everybody knows my story. I became deaf, and that's kind of the same mindset that I have is like, yo, don't waste time. Like, what if one day, like, you lost an arm, you lost a leg? Like, it makes sense. Is like, yo, I can be in Puerto Rico. I can be living this life that I want to live. Right. But yet, what's holding me back is me. And that's the mentality that most people have, man. And also, my brother is artistic. He's older than me. He's my older brother. And he never got to travel. He's been in like an adult home where they supervise him and stuff like that, because he gets violent and stuff. And it's like, yo, I look at him and I'm like, damn, he's never gonna be able to live a life that I'm living.
He's never gonna be able to live the life that you take for granted today.
Yeah,
it's deeper than you just hit it on the head. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, we're so, man, if we just appreciate more of what we have, bro. If he could just live your life, that would be his dream.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's how deep it gets.
Yeah.
People don't often think like him, he probably just don't want to live there anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's things outside of his control, but like, that's how deep it is.
Yeah. No, it's super deep, man. I often think about that. It's like, man, what would life be if he wasn't like that? Yeah. But I think people are chosen, man. And sometimes we can't ponder, but I empathize with that.
Right.
And there's oftentimes, like you said, like we take for granted of the opportunities and the things that we have today when you can maximize, man. Go live that life you want to live. Go right on that vision board and create a vision for yourself that you can manifest and live your dreams, man. Because we only got one life, man. And I think everybody's special. Everybody was brought here for a reason.
Everybody has purpose. I agree.
And I also believe that it's like there's two most important days of your life. And I'm pretty sure you heard this on social media before. It's the day you was born and the day you figured out why.
Right.
Right.
You figured out purpose.
But I also think there's something that happens in the middle, and it's something called defining moments that allow you to understand why you are here.
Got it.
Right. And a defining moment doesn't have to be a moment where you pivot and go to the moon, you become a celebrity and stuff like that. No, it could be something traumatic that changes your perspective, that opens you up, that moves you in some type of way, shape, or form. And basically what you're explaining is that defining moment that give you that realization that you can no longer waste time. You can no longer do the things that don't move you in the direction that you want to move, man. So, I appreciate that. And just sitting here and listening to you is like, I can see exactly how you feel and how you're thinking, bro. That shit is amazing, man. And even with fly language, the first conversation we had, I was like, bro, you made your own language. The 5 love languages, the fly language.
Yes, sir. Fly language. If I had to, I can't.
I think you incorporate being fly because we from New York, man. If you from New York, most of the times is like getting fly is a culture. It's a thing.
Right.
Especially the way we were growing up. We kind of the same age. It's like, yo, you got to be the flyest person.
You have to.
And then that's the mentality that we grow up with. It's like, yo, be super fly. Mm-hmm. And then, your situation with your sister, you wind up learning ASL, American Sign Language, and you incorporate both. And I think, I wanted to ask you this question. Did you find solace in knowing that you're building this brand and contributing to her is keeping like her legacy alive?
Yeah, man, because everything for a minute, everything had her name on it, right? So I'm trying to find different creative ways to keep her.
What's her name?
Janae,
okay.
So everything had like, not on this one, but everything had like, they'll have like the story, her name, or like, because I want people to know, this is I think the big picture, the higher level view is like, I want people to read my story, feel what I went through, and not have to go through that. It took me to lose my big sister to feel this way, right? Because I wasn't on this. Like I probably was, a little different than others. Like a little more about doing what I want to do. But it wasn't until like she passed that I acted on it. So I want people to feel me. Well, I think it's important to keep her, right? Because she's the reason I started to keep her and everything is because I need people to feel that without going through that. I don't want someone need to witness a death before they live life. I want them to say, I can resonate with his story, and then that can inspire me. I have people that pull up at pop-ups, right? And they just read a story, or I tell them a story. They like hug me. They're like, I just needed this story. I needed this message. Please keep doing what you're doing. Even if it's just to share your story, like people need this. So why I'm so adamant about being successful with this is like, this is a message people need. You feel me?
Right. Yeah.
So,
I agree. Even when I first came across like your page, I'm like, bro, that is insane. You're so noble, and hearing you speak, you're empathetic. You're courageous. You're ambitious, and that's important. That's important to have, bro. That humbles you down and makes you see life for what it really is, man. Because we often get lost in the lights, in the socials,
in the media,
in the media and stuff like that. Have you ever gotten lost? Like,
bro, I can't say, I'm human. So you find yourself chasing things that, bro, most of the things you chase don't have substance. And when you get them, you realize like, that was a waste of time. It's crazy, bro. But social media paints these pictures. They paint this image that people feel like there's more people killing themselves now because they feel like they can't live up to this standard social media is creating, when most of social media is fake anyway. People are showing you what you want to see. You know what I'm saying? So they're feeding their egos by showing you, they're not showing you the work they're putting in. You know what I'm saying? And even when I was like, still working, when I was working 14 hours a day, you know what I'm saying, to be able to afford a vacation or taking advantage of all the overtime, I would post. It's funny, I started when Instagram kind of started, I was posting stuff like that. That wouldn't get the likes. The likes would come from when I'm in another country on the beach. So common sense would tell you, don't post the work, just show the reward. But what happens is everybody's doing that, right? And it's building this unrealistic expectation. It's building this unrealistic picture of what is happening. That's not the truth, bro. Everybody, there's work required. If people are not working, it's because they put work in already, right? Unless they, the very few that are given, but
yeah,
that's not usually how it goes. So,
right. Yo, it's crazy. You saying that. It's like you go to school. Let's say you spend $100,000 in your tuition.
Okay.
Everybody claps for you. Everybody applauds you. They, congratulate you. You get a car, you get a loan. Let's say $100,000. Just say hypothetically. People congratulating you. That's lit. That's dope. You get a business for $1,000, and everybody's like, "Man, are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure that's the right thing? Maybe you should do it this way." Half of the time is the people that never done what you're trying to do.
Let me tell you. So that's what I'm speaking on the part you said. People will get mad. It was a little phase where everybody's buying new cars. I wouldn't congratulate nobody.
You said, fuck your cars.
Think about this. I wouldn't congratulate nobody, right? Because why the fuck would I congratulate you on your new debt?
Exactly.
Unless we have a relationship where you told me you were able to, you could afford that car 3 to 5 times over and you bought it cash. No, I'm not congratulating you on a depreciating asset, not even a depreciating liability. You just walked into $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 of debt. I believe in, oh no, man. That's why. So people, if we're not that close, I didn't like, oh, he didn't fill a waste. Nah, because you just created bondage. And what they don't know, just because you could buy something doesn't mean you can afford it. You know what I'm saying? And
you can't afford something until you can buy it 3 times.
I say a rule of thumb is 3 times. Yeah. If you can't pay for it cash 3 times, you can't afford it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but people, they chase, why they go get that new Benz? Because they seen someone else go get that new Benz, or they favorite rapper, or whoever the influence they follow. Like, but a lot of these people, and I've been thinking about that's been on my heart lately. Like, should I give more Instagram or social media more of who I really am? Like the decisions I really make to, be successful, because it's some things I pass up on. For instance, I bought a brand new car last year sometime, right? I think I paid like $35,000 or something like that. And then I heard there was like a car shortage, or whatever the reason the car price is up. They offered me another $5,000 on top of what I paid.
Yeah. The market is sky high.
Everybody's like, no, bro, your image, you need to drive this car, whatever. I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck, bro. They talking about, I drove this shit for 7 months and they want to give me $5,000 on top of, I sold it. And then my uncle owns like a shop. I pay him $4,000 for like a hoopty, right? Because I know where I came from. So that car was free. Now I'm commuting for free. You feel what I'm saying? But I won't lie to you. It was a trip I just took to Aruba where it's funny.
I'd rather spend money to travel than to do.
What? Fuck. Yo, you know how many trips that $35,000 car is? That's like at least 10 trips, bro. Fuck that car. And it mostly it sits here, but that's all I want to say. It was a trip to Aruba. People, they drive Benz and Mercedes and Chargers and Challengers in the States. Guess what they go drive when they take a trip to Cancun or Dominican Republic? They go get the cheapest, the economy version. So I was like, as long as that shit got AC.
I feel like you throwing shots at me.
No, nah. You feel me?
I fuck with you.
So you go, so what is it? So that's just telling you, that's what told me, damn, in the States, I feel like I need to look like this. Where no one knows me, I don't care what I'm in. It hit me like, damn.
Ooh, yeah, I love that perspective.
You feel me?
Love that perspective.
So I'm over there, I'm in a Rio. I don't know if you know what a Rio is. That's a small economy, like compact car.
Oh, yeah, I know, yeah.
So that shit had AC.
Tiny joints.
Bro, that shit had AC. Yo, I could get from point A to point B. I came back. That's when I made a decision. Like, yo, I'm sorry, I don't need this fucking car. And it all played out. Turn around and put the money, whatever. I bought the car and put the rest on my mortgage. Like, I'd rather owe no man than create some image for people to like me. You feel me? Either people gonna like me or they're not gonna like me. That's
right.
That's it. I don't want people to like me for shit I got.
We often, play follow the leader. And even me, bro. So growing up in New York, we like that. With the gear. It starts off with that. It's like, yo, at a young age, you gotta have the Jordans, you gotta have this. And as you get older, those depreciating assets, they become
liabilities. But
exactly. Uh-huh. Just like you said, the car and everything else. But have you always been savvy, like in business? And
so I think it came from, I remember I come from humble beginnings, like my father worked 2 jobs. My mom would work. I would be like home, me and my younger brother watching the rest of them, my siblings. And I remember times where like we had no heat. We all slept in the same room with the kerosene, the kerosene heater. I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
So the heat in the house wasn't on. So we all had to sleep in the same room, put the kerosene heater on. Or same thing in the summer, the AC don't work, right? So we all in the same room with the AC in the window. If I just remember times like that. And coming up, and my father, he moved us down here, gave us a better life. But like 15, 16 years old, I would go to my dad like, yo, I need no money. I would take a girl to the movies, whatever. He'd be like, is your room clean? I'm like, fuck. So then I go clean my room, come back. Pop, yo, can I get that money to go? He give me $10. The ticket is $7. I can't take no girl to the movie on $7. I'm like, Pop, and I was playing football. I was playing track. But I was like, yo, I need to work. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't, another man.
You can't have somebody.
Right. I'm 15. I'm like, I can't, if I want to do something, I think that's where it started. My father set that tone like, bro, if you want to do shit, you're going to have to be able to afford yourself. Right. So from 15 years old, I've been working since I was 15 years old, 15 to 29 or something like that. I was working because I'm like, I got to afford myself. You know what I'm saying?
You want it to depend on yourself. If you want something, you go get it.
Because every time I would come to him, it's terms. I don't.
Terms and conditions.
Yeah, like, bro. And then I fulfill what you asking me and you don't even fucking
pay you short.
It's like, I thought I was gonna get like $20, $30. You know what I'm saying? And then, so watch this. And then I get the job, right? And then I get the job. I'm thinking I'm there for like 2-3 weeks. Then my dad's like, okay, so this how much you make? So this how much you can help now. I was like, fuck. Starting a job, just created now I got to pay rent.
Oh.
I've been paying rent since I was like 15 and a half years old. $200 a month. Time at my father's house. So I think that was important though, because it was like, it taught me this world is hard. Ain't shit free. It taught me to appreciate money. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, it's crazy that you've seen the message, because exactly like how do you describe your dad is like how I am with my son. It's like, you want it, go get it. And he's been working 2 years. He's 17 years old since he was 15 years old. It's like, you want something, you got to go get it. Right. Because if you don't teach them now, when you go out to the real world, it's going to be hard. And I talk about it like on every single podcast. It's like, yo, you got to train them early, because this world is ruthless, man. And my son often gets caught up in the whole social media stuff and comparing himself. And he has so much anxiety because of that. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And I realized this since creating this podcast and being in different rooms, like different doors are opening for me. And I'm like, the people that you look up to, or the people that, that I see on social media that has huge followings, I don't understand why we look up to those type of people, because most of them are not who we think they are.
Right. But you can't be mad at them though. They've learned to show you what you want to see. Why you go see a movie? because that's what you want to see. So why are you mad at him? Because he figured out how to finesse and build a following by showing people. All he did is figure out what people want to see. It's just like running ads. What do people want to see? They like these type of posts. I'm gonna post more of that shit. Oh, what does that bring? More people. So you can't. I feel you on it. Like maybe he's not.
Yo, it boosted me up
Uh-huh.
because now I feel like as though I can be in any room.
Right.
It's before, you see social media and like, damn, I'm not living like that, and they posting this glamorous lifestyle, and I'm like, damn, I would love to be around that person. And this is years back when I didn't know who I was, and I couldn't find my purpose. And as you get older, you start realizing that everybody's just people.
We all people.
We're just fucking
We
human
people.
beings.
Everybody. You might not. It might fuck you up to meet the person you think you want to meet. Like I'm not gonna name any names, but like you.
Likewise.
You might fuck around me. Even if it's a girl you think you like, oh, she's so pretty. Whatever. You get around, you be like, damn, wondering and thinking the shit I came up with in my head was better than what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like this shit.
Yo, that's a fact, yo. That happened to me mad times, bro.
It's crazy. We're all human, bro. We all have flaws.
But also, I think this too. Are you the type of person is that sometimes you want something so bad, and when you finally get it, you're like, damn, I don't really want this.
I think it's like 80% of the time. Like it's only like 20% of the time you get something you've been after, and it's like this like euphoria.
Yeah.
But a lot of time. So that's why it's important. It's very important to refocus and make sure you're chasing the things of value, because you find out real quick once you get something that's not of value that you wasted a lot of time. And then back to my point, we don't have a lot of time to be wasting. No time, really. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. That is currency, bro. Time is currency, bro. Time is the only thing that we have, bro. So I want to jump back into the brand, bro. Like,
okay.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm good.
How you
Sit up
feeling?
a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just talking about shit right in my mouth a little bit, but it's cool.
Nah, it's good. It's good because people are getting to see this your personality, who you are, and how you think. I think it's fascinating, especially our core fans. They want to hear stuff like that. This is not another rags to riches story. This is real people that have real experience in life. Again, most people that we idolize we're idolizing the polished version of them.
Right.
What about the gritty, the real, the raw? This is what this is about.
Facts.
And you in the trenches still. You're still building your brand. You have goals and aspirations that you're trying to accomplish, bro. Like how has that been? As far as the branding side and getting people to hear the message and stuff like that.
I feel like it's not for the weak, bro. I ain't gonna lie. when you put all your energy into, some people feel you on a different level than others, right? When you put all your energy into designing something you know is fucking fly, and then you get all these fucking DMs, oh, the birdhouse so fly, this, that, oh, I can't wait. And then you drop it, and then
it doesn't equate to dollars.
20% of people that was on your ass about it is not equating. You like, bro, and just knowing there's different reasons why, because some people front like they got it, they don't have it, they can't afford it. Some people are so sold on the big brands, they can't really fuck with your brand yet. It's not until your brand is big as theirs. It's so many different reasons why people don't fuck with you when you're growing, but you gotta keep reminding yourself why you're doing it. It's fly to me, you know what I'm saying? They gonna film it like Kanye, right? I don't agree with everything he says, but before this man was successful, he kept telling people, it's me. Y'all can sleep now, but it's me. So I keep that same mentality. Look,
you got the Kanye mentality.
You gonna fuck. I tell people go, and if they make an excuse or not, I don't even take time. I used to in the beginning try to wonder why people want to fuck with it. I'll be like, they're like, oh yeah, I'm checking it out. Do you have this in that color? It's something they want to change. I'm like, listen, stop. If you don't love it, I'm going to drop something later you're going to love. So just save it. Just wait. You feel me? Because
you don't see it now, you're going to see it.
You're going to see it. I always tell people, if they don't fuck with you on this level, they're going to fuck with you on the next level. And I see all these posts about, support your friends, pay full price. Stop worrying about that. Worry about winning. Everybody loves a winner. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking figure out how to win. And everybody you worrying about being there, them, their friends, their family, everybody's going to be there, bro. Just focus on winning.
Word. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. And most people, they hit this first stage when you start a business. Right. You realize that family, friends are really not going to support you.
I can't. I can say
not into the level that you think, that you can imagine, right? And that's the first obstacle you go to. But I want people to think about this, bro. If you created a business to just support, have a product or service that just supports your family and friends, would you make it to the place you want to? No. It's going to be a stranger that's going to come and support you.
Okay.
And I believe even now, bro, it's like, yo, to take your business to the next level, it's going to be a stranger who believes in you, who believes in the vision, that's going to take you to the next level. And I've said this many times. Your friends and family has gotten to where you are today. Somebody else is going to take you to the next level.
Okay. The reason I said no, right? Because I have some family and friends that they're super down. They buy.
Yeah, we ain't gonna bash them. We ain't gonna bash them. But even with me, I have friends and family that support, but not the way I was support.
So let me say this, bro. I'm gonna just tell you, the people who aren't supporting, you think they're your friends. They're not your friends, bro. Like, it's the people. You gotta come up with a definition for yourself. What family means to you, what friends mean to you. I don't have a lot of friends. Like, people might think I have a lot of friends. I don't have a lot of friends, bro. Because if you're not down, you're not down, right? You are who you hang out with. You know what I'm saying? Energy is important. So if you like something I drop, and you don't cop it, but then you go to fucking wherever brand you like and spend
a bag,
then you're not my friend.
Does that make you feel some way?
It's something I'm working on, but it's just like, I know the reason though. You know what I'm saying? It's the brainwashing. It's like, you gotta fuck with this brand because this is globally accepted. Globally accepted. Your favorite rapper's wearing it. Your favorite influencer's wearing it. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck does he think he is charging $40 for a t-shirt? I'm trying to tell you the fuck you know what I'm saying? I know what the fuck I know what this is. Like, my brand. I challenge people to tell me your favorite brand, something like Gucci, Louis, and then tell me what that means. And then what does it mean to you? And then look at my brand. And see what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Then what does that mean to you? You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. And it's like, I can't put a price on this shit. Like, I have to, so I'm selling, I gotta choose a price. But like, this shit is, you can't even put a price on it, bro. Sharing love, bro. Sharing a message of live your life. You feel me? Versus.
So, but there's two things. There's a brand and there's merch. Do you think you fall into the category of merch?
I think I'm a brand who sells merch. That makes sense.
I love that.
This is a lifestyle.
Yo, I love that. I love how you organize everything and you put everything together. But people don't like to be sold, but people love to buy.
Facts. Yeah,
and it is until you have 1 million followers and the rapper or Instagram model is rocking your shit. So people be like, yo, I wanna jump back on.
Right.
But I think what you focus on expands, bro. And I think if if we focus on a small fish, bro, we won't get to the big tank.
Got it.
And that's what we trying to get to. Even I started a podcast, bro, and I started off a couple of views.
This shit is pretty dope.
It's going up. I appreciate it. And it's just, you gotta believe in yourself, bro. You just gotta believe in yourself. You have to have no doubt inside that you're gonna make it. And whatever that mean to you.
Right.
Whatever your definition of success or your goals being accomplished, whatever that means to you. But I think you have to have this crazy mentality. Like, you're a crazy person to believe and have this persistence and grind and hustle within yourself, because that's what it takes.
Right. It does.
And I said there's plenty of times, man, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work.
Facts. I agree.
If you're willing to work harder than anybody else, most definitely those doors are going to open. And not even if they don't open, you kick the motherfucking shits down, bro.
I feel you. I think the challenges or with anything you do is when it's your first time at it, like your first time I'm doing it, like this podcast, right? It's just like,
I see it differently, bro. I see it differently. I love this. I love being in trenches. I love like going through like the small stuff that like throws me off consistently, because there's going to be a time where everything is just set up and everything is done.
Facts.
What type of challenge? There's going to be no more challenges. There's no thrill. I like to be in the trenches. And that may be a gift and a curse, because I'm always going to try to look in the trenches even when my value has went up. Does that make sense?
I feel that.
Love what you do right now. Love it. Love it. Yo, that energy, people going to feed off of that, and they're going to want to be a part of it. People want to be a part of things that are cool.
Facts.
That are dope, that have a storyline behind it.
Right.
And what you have, man, is incredible. And I'm not just saying that because I can resonate with it. It's because I can see the passion. I can, even It takes courage to start something from nothing.
Yeah.
And not knowing where it's gonna go, because that shit gets scary, bro. A lot of people won't be, entrepreneurs or take that risk because they're scared. It's risky. It's you get to a point where you're so uncomfortable that you want to throw up. But sometimes throwing up is the best option. Sometimes taking that risk and going to your very low, it's a part of the game, bro. And I'm willing to get there, and I've been there plenty of times that I'm like, you got to do what you got to do to get to where you need to get to. Because I don't think this idea was given to you just by, the experiences and how you think. It's that defining moment, bro. It's some of those defining moments that create this paradigm shift in your mind that allow you to believe, like, I can do this. Right. I can do that. I should be doing this.
Right. You know what's crazy? Every step it took to get here, there was someone had the answer, and they were telling me. I didn't move on to the next step until I finally gave in. Whether it scared me, like before going out to do a pop-up. I don't want to go out and ask people.
Are you a sociable person? Are you awkwardly social in settings?
I think so. I'm the person people talk to. Like, I don't know if I have this face. People like, speak to me or tell me things. I think I'm social. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a homebody, so it's weird. So like, if I'm not traveling, I'm home. There people like, you don't want to go out? Like, nah, I'm always at the house. So what was I just saying? I just lost my whole thought. I totally lost my whole thought.
Yeah, you threw me out too.
I forget.
Don't worry, you can pause, bro. All of this be cut out.
Okay, cool. Good. So what the fuck was I talking about? You said
I completely forgot too, bro.
You said
I was gonna say something about you being like a ambivert.
Introvert?
Yeah, that's the in between. Like when you're in social settings, you're social, but when you're by yourself, you like your alone time. Like you prefer that at that spare moment. But if you know you're gonna go out, you're gonna chill, you're gonna have a vibe and stuff like that. That's the way I am. Like when I'm by myself, bro, like I don't want to be bothered at all. Like I just want to even my son lives with me, bro. We in the house, bro. I just want to be in a room by myself. Like I just give me my space. And it's not that I'll be like rude and shit about it. It's like I just feel like my energy, I need to recharge. I feel like we all like cell phones, bro. We need to recharge type shit.
Well, you gotta, from the time we wake up to the time we go to sleep, we're locked in, right? The first thing most people do, I know I do it. I'm checking my phone. Did I miss any calls? Did I miss any text messages? I'm on Instagram scrolling just before I even get out the bed. So from when you wake up to when you go to sleep, you're usually locked in. So it's important, like gym time. Like I'm having a problem now, working out. I can't get off my fucking phone. Like I do like couple sets.
And you looking at
I'm checking my phone. Then I'm in the turning gym where I should be there for like.
You're addicted, bro.
Bro, probably so.
No, bro. Being on the phone is like a drug. It creates this dopamine. There's a chemical in your brain that it's like if you get high, you smoke, you take pills, it releases this chemical to make you feel high. Right. That's the same chemical releases when you're on your phone and stuff like that. So it's like you're a drug addict.
Right.
Yeah.
I have my buddy Biko would say, like, you can't give yourself an hour. Like, you can't give yourself. So I'm going to the gym to better myself, and I can't leave my phone. He says in such a way make you feel stupid. Like, you can't give yourself an hour. These people, this shit that's happening on your phone.
Yo, that's a pet peeve. If I go to the gym with you, leave your phone in the car, bro. I want to be in the gym, and I time myself. Like every 30 seconds, we going. Like I like to sweat when I go to the gym. When I go to the gym with people on the phone, I'm like, bro, I can't do this. I just rather work out by myself.
Well, maybe we need to work out because I find it'd be a reason I'd be like, yo, I'm gonna follow this workout regimen, so I need my phone, or I'm gonna track my workout. We're good at like when you want to do something, you make an excuse to do it, right? So, the gym I go to now, they have a charging station. So what I'm going to try to do is like leave my shit charging.
We don't say try on this podcast. Either we do it or we don't. Try is literally just opening the doors for things not happening.
Bullshit. And it's funny. I tell people that all the time. They like, I'm going to try. I'm like, nah, you going to do it or you're not. So what I'm going to do is leave my shit on the charging station.
Just leave your shit, bro. Yeah. Go on a fast. Go on a 24-hour fast and not being on your phone. I mean, you got business and stuff like that, so you need to be on your phone. But try to figure out like a cap. Put a cap on it. Even me, I have to find myself like putting caps on being on my phone because it's essential, especially what I'm doing now.
Right.
If not, I'll be up to 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and I got to be up at 6-7 o'clock in the morning. You get lost in this loop. Even with my son, he does the same thing. He gets lost in it, and he'll break night. I'm like, bro, You don't got the privilege to do that. Like
Right.
when you get to where you need to, you do as much as you want to do. But right now, fuck that.
I think, like you said, that was addiction. Like,
Yeah.
The fucked up thing about addiction, you don't know you're addicted. You get addicted till you're addicted. You don't know it's happening till it's too late.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yo, bro. Speaking about that, do you watch TV shows?
Yeah, a lot of them.
Euphoria.
I'm like two episodes away from that. I guess it just ended, right?
It just ended.
So I think I'm like 2-3 episodes behind.
I don't watch TV. I try to make time for that because I got a lot going on. But I wound up watching like the first few episodes for the first season, and I just got hooked on it, bro. And I'm like, bro, that's literally the life these kids are living, bro.
Facts.
That's real, like being addicted. Imagine that, bro. I have an addicting personality, but I don't think I will ever get that far. And I'm pretty sure people that do that say the same thing.
I was just about to say, like, no one thinks they have a problem, right? Until they have it. So, like, no one goes from fucking sober, right, to fucking full-blown addict. Is levels. Things happen. Or people deal with trauma. Sometimes it's traumas that, like, in Euphoria, was a trauma her father passed. People never recover from. And they soon as you, I think this, soon as you use a substance, instead of like dealing with it, that's what, because it provides that pleasure.
That substitute the void.
Right. And then you learn to lean on something. And then you lean on it more and more and more. Now you can't even live a regular day. So caffeine. I don't know if you take caffeine when you work out.
Nah.
Don't. I had a buddy.
I've been on a like bender where I had to take caffeine. Yeah, for sure, bro. I got this new like Cuban spot next to me that I take these little Cuban shots.
Yeah.
And then these little drinks, bro, and I'll just be at it, bro. But then I can't go to sleep. I could take it broad daylight, 9 o'clock in the morning, bro, and then I won't be able to go to sleep.
Bro. And then it'd be days you'll be like, well, I'm not getting nothing done. Because, you know, you say you're not going to take it. Oh, I'm not getting anything done. Fuck, I don't have no caffeine today. So it's so, when we talk about addiction, it could go, it's so.
It could be anything.
And you'd be like, fuck, how can we have something like you think this is harmless, right. But like, now you're not taking it and you're not getting shit done. Then you just take it. Then all of a sudden it loses its effect. Now you're really fucked because now you got to find a way to get shit. Now you really have to be exhausted and get things done. So
right.
This like I said, we said before, like this life ain't easy, bro. But like that doesn't mean you shouldn't try, or that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it or jump. You feel what I'm saying? Like
so the person that's going through something right now, that wants to live this dream that we're talking about, that wants to live this lifestyle, but feels as though they have their back against the walls and are facing too many obstacles to leap over to get to that level of being able to do what they want, that level of having some freedom and fulfillment in their life. What would you tell that person?
I would tell them, get real about what it takes. I love lists. Make a list. What is it going to take for you to get there? What are you going to sacrifice? No gain comes without sacrifice. So what does it take? Write that down. What sacrifices will it take? Be real with yourself, because shit is simple, right? You can make the decision whether you're going to do it or not as soon as you get this list done. Because you be like, no, I'm not going to sacrifice these things. Fuck it. I'm stuck in the same spot. Or you're going to be like, you know what? To get what I really want, I'm going to sacrifice. So you could be, the problem with a lot of people, and me too in some cases, we're not real with ourselves. We paint this fucking facade and these fantasies. Like, you know what the fuck, like you say before we start, you know what the fuck you need to do.
Yeah.
Are you going to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you going to make reason and excuse not to do it? So I would
say, it can be so simple like you're describing it. It can be so simple. Right. But we just get in our own way.
Get in our own way, bro. That's it.
And that's basically what you're about to say. Yeah. It's crazy because that same list you're talking about, I did that 5 years ago, and it has led me to where I'm at today. It was the best thing I did, bro, was create that list. Once I realized, I forgot what book I read, but it says create a list of what you want. Create another list right next to it of what you're willing to give up. Because this world, this universe is like a magnet, and you have to give and take. Give and take. And I had to lose a lot of stuff, like within, to shred those things to develop into the person that I am. And even now, I have to shred some more to get to the next level. Right. And it's oftentimes is that we know what we need to do, but we just get in our own way.
I think it's being comfortable. We don't, like what's the saying? Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Right.
But the funny thing about the body is it's always gonna just innately. You have to be.
I think you're fighting two things. You're fighting your physical being and you're fighting your brain, right? Because I think the stomach is another brain of itself, right?
The second brain.
It's a second brain. So you got to fight those feelings inside, and then you having a mental warfare,
right?
And you're like, damn, I'm beating my own ass.
This has to like before anything.
I think it has to align.
Yeah, you have, but this has to start. Like, say you're on the couch watching. Say I'm watching Euphoria, but I know I didn't go to the gym yet, and now it's asking me, do I want to watch the next one? There's something that has to click here that says, get your ass up. Whether, I don't care, is the comfortable, right? You're so comfortable. Something has to click in your mind. Get your ass up right now. Because the show's going to be there when you get back.
Discipline. There has to be some type of discipline.
Type of discipline. But and sometimes, like, I don't get up. Like, to be established, sometimes I don't get up. And it's like, why didn't I get up? It's not that you're weak. It's just you're comfortable. Being comfortable is so fucking dangerous, bro. It's so dangerous.
It is, bro. I 100% agree, and I've said that so many times. It's the worst place you want to be, bro. Being comfortable, bro. It's crazy because the first question I asked you when we got onto the podcast is, do you think about what you think about? And you just answered it right now.
Dope.
I feel that.
So dangerous.
I just think, the people that we speaking to is mainly on that mindset. But the majority of people are not on that wave. Right. Because not everybody wants to live the life of freedom. They feel as though they need to go get a job. They need to work for somebody else. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Go do that by all means. But most of the time, your belief is based on your environment. And most of the time, your parents have this belief that their parents have instilled in them. Right. And we just follow this cycle over and over. And I was fortunate enough to see that at a young age. Like, yo, I'm watching, my mom has done an incredible job. Most of the skill sets that she has and the quality she has been instilled in me. I just took that and diversified that, made it into something else and applied into the real world. It's like reaching that potential that she may have. And that's not to go say anything bad, but it's just some of her beliefs and the paradigm that she had was based on what she knows. And I think this generation is changing that.
Right.
Completely. Like, people are starting businesses and making change in the world at teens.
Right.
Teens.
You got teenagers becoming millionaires through like crypto trading and shit. Yeah, it's getting
Are you savvy on that?
I wouldn't say savvy, bro. I dabble in it, you know what I'm saying? Made some money in it, but I wouldn't say savvy. I'm learning still.
That's a forever learning process, bro.
Yeah. It's just, you got to learn with stuff like crypto. You got to learn what the whales are doing or what the billionaires are doing. It's hard. Sometimes
it's based on politics too. Like, you have to see what's going on.
But you got to, it's bigger than reading the chart sometimes. Sometimes you got to figure out what's the finesse. Where's the finesse? What do they want the masses to do? Because the biggest thing about investing is doing the opposite of everybody else. If the market's tanking, while everybody's selling, you buying at low prices. But it's super hard to buy because it's like, damn, how low? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's always, the rich are always doing the opposite of the masses. So you always got to be cognizant. Like I talked about new cars. If everybody's going out and buying a new car, you probably shouldn't be doing that. Like that's how you figure out what you should be doing. What is everybody else doing? And then go do the opposite.
That is dope. So we ready to tap out, man. I appreciate you coming on to the podcast, bro. This is like seeing your mindset, seeing you articulate some of the things you have. It made me realize that I'm on the right path, because I think similar to how you think, and I'm on that same wave of going to do it, going to get it. If you believe in something, go. Right. And you basically define that. You believe in something so much. You believe in yourself. You believe in your system. And, I believe in you.
I appreciate that, bro. Likewise.
And I don't say that to everybody. I could see people's bluff and bullshit, man. But I truly believe that you're going to take this, especially after this.
Mm-hmm. First podcast.
Yeah. Don't let this be the last, bro. Don't let this be the last, You were nervous before coming on to the podcast, nervous, bro, I told you, once you start talking,
right,
you start hitting those points, bro, and it's just a conversation, bro. This is the type of conversations where I have a couple of drinks and I just chill with the homeboys and we're talking about life, like meaningful, purposeful, valuable things that can stimulate our mind. And
facts.
This is the core the meat and potatoes of the podcast. Is that mindset. And I'm pretty sure when this is released, people are going to understand where you at. Where you at with it, bro.
I could feel that.
So any last words before we tap out, bro?
Nah, man. Just like this podcast, right? Being a little nervous to do it, like you're speaking on. I just did it. Like, fuck it, let's do it. I think some of the things I was worried about, what people, saying things that may offend people or saying things the wrong way. But like, as an individual, we all have our perceptions on things. So it's important to see maybe how I feel about something or how I would speak on something. You know what I'm saying? I think it's important for people who buy into the brand, become a member of the flight crew, to see how I see things, right? They might
Oh, you even have a name for them? Flight crew?
Oh, we the flight crew.
Oh, that's fire.
Let me break that down. So fly T, right? If you buy a fly T, but that's a flight, like you cop a flight.
Ooh.
And then we're the flight crew, fly T crew or flight crew, however you want to. So it's so much thought put into this shit, bro. Like, so much thought. Everything resonates back to the message. So
that is so amazing. That's how you know that you're gonna do big things, is bro. You take time out to look at the small intricacies of what you want the brand to look like and what it stands for, and that's what it takes, man. Sometimes it's that small detail,
right?
And seeing things before other people can see it is what takes it to the moon, bro.
Yo, love is in the details. I can't make this shit up. Like, love, like the logo itself means love. Like, if you buy into this brand, if you join the flight crew, you're buying.
When?
I'm sorry?
When they buy into the.
When? Oh, I fuck with you, bro. Because I do this to other people. You feel me? So when you're buying into the message of love and sharing love, and that's the message. That's what you're promoting, sharing love, or whatever you do to do with love. I can't exclude people who don't really travel. You know what I'm saying?
That is dope, bro. That is dope. So before we tap out, bro, where can people find you?
At Fly Language on Instagram. The website is flylanguage.co. TikTok, I think is at Fly Language. I think they use too, at Fly Language. And then my personal gram is Fly Jetson. So at Fly Jetson on TikTok, at Fly Jetson on Instagram.
Dope. So we gonna tap out on this one, man. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Every week we invite interesting guests and we just talk about the defining moments, some of the perspectives and interest on life. Man, I just want to bring on real people who have real stories and trying to make an impact in the world, man, just like most of us. So I hope you guys were in tune and are interested to see more of the content we're gonna be producing. So we out of here. Peace.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Yes, sir.